Welcome back. Sunset's not as pretty as last night. A little less cloud cover out there for us right now. Upper 80s, low 90s. Real feels probably still in the mid 90s for many of us out there. And of course, we've got a flood watch in effect until 2 p.m. on Friday. This is largely due to Helene coming up from the south, but I am a little more concerned for our western counties in terms of rain potential. This is solely in regards to rain and flood potential. We'll get to that in a little bit. 70 degrees for the low tonight. Partly cloudy out there. Wind out of the south-southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour, keeping it very muggy. Cool spots just below 70 degrees. So I'm expecting another sticky night around the region. As for Helene, here's what it's doing right now. Tropical storm trying to organize itself. The eye expected to kind of thread this needle between the Yucatan Peninsula and Cuba before surging in speed towards the coastline as it gets picked up in a cold front. So, I mean, you can see it's moving rather slowly right now, and then suddenly just absolutely turns on the jets as it tracks off to the north-northeast. Here's some good changes to the cone from what it was earlier today to this one. Namely, the biggest one being the fact that there's not a Category 3 icon right at landfall. That is massive. All right, 3 to tropical storm. There is some weakening going on here, and that's great. The trend has kind of been with some of the later model runs that it may not be as powerful as it gets in. So that's good, but a tropical storm is still powerful. It still brings a lot of rain. It still brings wind. It can still knock out power, cause flooding, etc. So it's not like just because, oh, it may not be a hurricane when it gets here, it's not going to be all that bad. Do not approach it like that. That is letting your guard down. Cannot let our guard down with this. You don't see systems like this very often. Here's the cold front. All right, as we get into your Wednesday afternoon, some of the western counties may see some thunderstorms. In fact, they could continue into the evening hours. So that is why I'm concerned for the western counties when it comes to rain, is that we've got a cold front that's going to bring storms there before anything from Helene even gets in. Obviously, Helene, we're expecting landfall as we get into your Thursday evening, and then we will see the heaviest rain overnight with the strongest impacts as the storm moves through the area. Now, this I built before the latest cone came out. So odds are it will not still be hurricane strength when it gets here. But tropical storm ranges from 39-mile-an-hour winds to 73-mile-an-hour winds. So that's a pretty large window. And yeah, it can still be very, very dangerous as a tropical storm. Look good by the time we get into Friday. A little breezy still, and the weekend should be pretty nice. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a rough end to the week. Here's what we're seeing, all right? There's your cold front heading into tomorrow. Not getting any severe weather out of it, but a couple of rumbles of thunder, some lightning obviously are fair game. We kind of see this become more widespread, heavier rain as we get into your Wednesday night. Again, this is along and west of the I-75 corridor primarily. Now, showers associated with Helene begin to move in as we head into Thursday morning. More heavy rain as we get into the afternoon, and then the most intense storm activity expected as we get into the late evening and overnight heading into Friday. Now, where this eye goes is going to be critical. The further east it is, the less our tornado risk is going to be. All right, if the eye moves right through the middle of the region, we probably don't have to worry about those brief spin-up tornadoes. But if it goes west of the region, like what is being depicted here, well, we've already got a region outlined for that spin-up threat, and it does include some of our southeastern counties. Again, this is Thursday evening and overnight, and while this storm is going to move through very quickly, there is still a window there where things can happen. You've got to be able to get those alerts. I'm going to let these rain total numbers populate behind me. Flash flooding is going to probably be the #1 concern for especially the western counties. Your extended forecast is coming up in 10 seconds. Your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast is brought to you by Volume Chevrolet. So keeping us a tropical storm for Thursday, especially again, that's overnight. I do want to say I don't think anywhere's going to get 9 inches of rain, but even if you get 5 or 6, that is still catastrophic. That is flash flooding. That is school closing. Be paying attention for school closure. I expect there'll be plenty of those. It'll be a good weekend for cleanup as conditions will be cooler and nicer.